Hey gang, it's Maud here again, and welcome to your completely seated deep stretch class. This class is perfect for days where you do not want to be on your feet or on your knees, or you do not want to be on your hands. Or if you cannot be on your knees, your feet, or you want to minimize weight bearing on your hands or completely just do away with that, then this is the perfect class for you. And since we will be seated the whole time, it will just be great if you sat on top of something like I already am. So I have here a blanket underneath my bums. So if you have a blanket, a cushion, a pillow, hit the pause button, grab it, and then sit on top of it. It just feels better on the lower back. And if you have yoga blocks, great. If you have other kinds of props that sort of lets the floor meet you halfway and make some of these poses accessible, then that's awesome as well. Otherwise, let's get started here. Please sit cross legged. And if you feel any tightness in the hips already, then you can always put something underneath the knees or the thighs just to make it a little bit easier on your hips. I'm actually just going to go and do that to show you how that's done. And then just let your hands relax on top of your legs or your thighs. And already as you're seated, the first sensation I want you to feel is really groundedness in your sit bone. So you really place yourself intentionally on top of your blanket or even just your mat if you don't have any. And from the ground up, build up some space. So feel a little bit lighter as you go inch by inch by inch by inch towards the upper body and all the way to the crown of the head. So notice the grounding energy of the pelvis and the light weightedness, the buoyancy of the upper body. And then start to close your eyes if that's okay. Otherwise, just keep a soft gaze towards the ground. Maybe keeping your eyelids heavy. And then fingertips or the backs of the palms or whatever it may be on top of your thighs or your legs, as long as it allows your elbows to be soft and your shoulders to relax. Take the time to just listen to your energy here and to listen to your body. If there are any areas that are starting to talk to you and you kind of want to wiggle and fidget, then get those out of the way. Do them. Definitely listen. And it's safety first. So anytime any of these poses do not feel good, please feel free to modify or pull away from it and do something else. And if you found yourself a nice comfortable seat, great. Start to recognize any tension that you're feeling. Starting with the muscles between the eyebrows, the jawline, your shoulders, your fingers, maybe even your toes if they're curling in unnecessarily. Once you've tapped into that and you feel pretty great here and really solid, and the upper body can just relax, and let's start to change the breath. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale it out. Couple more times just like that. Inhale in. Exhale out. One more time. Inhale in through nose. Exhale it out. Keep breathing like that while placing both hands sort of in the bottom part of the rib cage right here. You can spread your forefingers and your thumbs can kind of just be along the sides, pointing towards the armpits. Relax your elbows best you can. And the next time you take your inhales, you really feel this expansion, not just in the belly, but in the rib cage as well. The intercostal muscles in that area do allow your rib cage to expand a little bit as it allows expansion in the lungs. And it supports that expansion. And as you exhale, come back to home base. And maybe just focus on that. Inhale means expansion. Exhale means home base. So maybe try not to overcomplicate the breath and just to tap into what's happening, and that may just be enough for you. And you do that conscious breathing 3 more times. Last time through inhale and exhale. Beautiful, you guys. You can blink your eyes open. You can keep the blocks where they are, but we're going to switch the shins because we've been there for a little bit. You can place your hands on top of your thighs, but towards the knees. And as you inhale, slowly bring your heart forward. Lift your heart up, and then slowly lift your chin up. And as you exhale, go the other way, round the belly, like you want to poke the wall behind you, and then send your chin towards your chest. These are slow, slow movements. Inhale, come forward, arching the spine, looking up. And as you exhale, go the other way, round the spine. Notice I'm not rounding my shoulders, so I'm not crunching in my shoulders. Try to see if you can allow the shoulders to just remain relaxed this whole time, even though there's some sensation in the back body. Exhale, slowly round, chin to chest. Just listening to the spine. Opening up the chest. And then last time through, slowly round it. Beautiful, come to center. Let's lift our shoulders now up towards the ears. And then exhale, bring them back and down. Inhale up, make sure your fingertips are still relaxed. Exhale, bring them back and down. About 2 more just like this, just this one direction. Lifting them up towards the ears. And then exhale. Nice job. Slowly dip your chin towards your chest while keeping your spine long. Notice the stretch that's happening in the back of the neck. And try not to overdo anything. Do enough to feel enough. And while keeping your chin close to the chest, slowly look towards your left shoulder. So you're kind of still dipping down. You feel the stretch right here on the left side of the neck. Again, just do enough to feel enough. Come right back down, chin to chest. Let's go the other way, looking towards your right shoulder. And slowly come down. Look to your center. Lift up your chin. You can open the mouth in the exhale if that feels more comfortable to you. Slowly come to center. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. I am trying to mirror you. And as you're here, lift your right arm, your opposite arm, to the side. And then internally rotate this arm. Cup an imaginary tennis ball or an imaginary something in your hands. So you're curling in your fingers. And you slowly dip a little bit deeper without doing too much. Crown of the head and the hands don't want to have anything to do with each other. This is now called a nerve glide. Some people call it a nerve floss. But basically what it's saying, it's not a muscular or a muscle-focused stretch. And come back to center. Drop your right ear to right shoulder. Again, I'm mirroring you right now, but whichever side you are doing, that's fine as long as you lift the opposite arm. Turn it in, internally rotate, cup those hands, and like an imaginary tennis ball is on your palms, and then slowly find this sensation here in the side of the neck. And again, no overdoing anything. Do not get to your max. Just do enough to feel enough. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful. Slowly come to center. Let's do some torso circles. So send your left shoulder towards your right thigh at first. Lengthen the spine as you come down and a little bit of leaning back as you come up. Let's do 4 on each direction, 4 clockwise and 4 counterclockwise. And then let's go the other way. Diving deep, feeling this in the lower back. Jaw is relaxed, muscles between the eyebrows are relaxed as well. Awesome job, you guys. Come to center, switch the shins once again. So we're just conscious about not dumping into that lower leg too much. Let's inhale our arms up towards the sky. Palms can connect. And as you exhale, open the arms towards your right side. I'm mirroring you. And as you're here, feel this nice vertical energy from the bottom of your pelvis up towards the crown of your head. Feel that nice vertical energy and then slowly twist towards your right. Opening up the chest and opening up this right shoulder. Deep breath in and out. Now stay here in this twist. All you're going to do is place your left hand on your right thigh. And perhaps that deepens the twist. Perhaps it doesn't. That's totally individual. And so if it does, great. And if not, then just stay here. It doesn't hurt to twist for one more breath. Exhale. Now keep your left hand where it is on the thigh. All you're going to do is to lift the other arm, in this case the right arm, and then send it over to the left side. So you find this lateral stretch on the left waist, and you're still looking towards your right side. Perhaps you can look towards your right armpit, maybe your neck allows that. Maybe dropping your left ear towards your left shoulder a little bit more. Reach those fingers onto the opposite side. On your next inhale, slowly sit up a little bit taller. And as you exhale, send your right hand on the opposite thigh. And then round the spine like we did at the start of class. And then drop your chin towards your chest. Beautiful. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly come to center. Lift your arms up to the sky. Inhale, reach up. Lift through the side of the ribs. And then exhale, open the arms. And then twist towards your left side. So that right hand is outside the thigh. Or outside the left thigh. And you find this nice twist over on the other side, still liberated here in the chest space, still opening up the shoulders on the left side, and maintaining softness in the back of the neck. Just soft breaths here, you guys. Last breath here, inhale. Exhale. And so then place your right hand on top of your left thigh. Kind of shift that position. Deepen the twist. If that happens, then great. If not, then stay right here for one more breath. And then on your next inhale, you're just going to lift the opposite arm. This time it's the left arm. And find this nice lateral bend stretch over to your right side. But you're still looking towards your left side. Perhaps your visual gets a little bit closer towards that left armpit. Maybe your left tricep, the bottom part of the arm. Reach those fingers out. Drop right ear to right shoulder. Deep breaths in. And as you exhale, place your left hand on your right thigh. Round the spine. Use these hands as a leverage so you can really kind of poke your middle back towards the wall behind you. Drop chin to chest. Slow breaths here. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Slowly release the hands. You can shake the arms, shake the wrist. Nice job, you guys. All right, I am trying to mirror you. So lengthen or straighten your left leg towards the side. And if your hamstrings are not ready, feel free to grab one of your blocks and just place it underneath that knee. In fact, I'll keep it there the whole time just to show you that this is definitely something that will make your practice more accessible and just makes it yummier. All right, one of your second block or your other prop can just be close to you. So I want you to turn your body towards your straightened leg. In this case, it's your left leg. Fingertips can be on the mat, and as you inhale, allow the spine to really sort of make space. Imagine you're making space between each vertebra. And as you exhale with a long spine, just fold over towards that leg without making it a goal to reach towards the foot. So keep your fingers down on the mat and then keep your right hip grounded down. Just breathing in and out. If you do find that there's more space in your lower back to walk your hands towards the foot, do that. But please do not make it your goal to round your spine and just reach towards that foot. Keep it long. Keep some humility here. Retaining a long spine, perhaps you fold over, perhaps you don't. This is your fold, right? How I look and how I move, please do not let it influence your practice. What matters to me is how you feel. That should be what matters to you too. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. All right. Keep the legs where they are. Just place your hands sort of in your 2 o'clock. So we're not in our 12 o'clock right here. We're sort of in our 2 o'clock. Closer to the foot. And then inhale, rise, straighten the spine. And then exhale, once again, find your fold. Entire palms can be down on the mat or on the ground, or you can be on your fingertips, or you can grab the other prop. And then it just makes it a little bit more accessible to you. Keep the softness in the back of the neck. As you're here, feel free to open your mouth and move your jaw around. Just chew an imaginary chewing gum. Helps loosen up the jawline. One more breath. Inhale. Feel free to also lengthen the spine and make this a little bit more dynamic. And then exhale, final fold here. One breath. All right, release from this pose. Just walk your hands towards your 12 o'clock this time. You can use the blocks. You may not use the blocks. The left leg is still out to the side. Inhale here, always taking the time to just feel liberation and space in the spine and the chest. And then exhale. You can walk your hands as far forward as you want, as long as your sit bones are still on top of your cushion or your mat. Shoulders are relaxed. Nice soft breaths, guys. Inhale. Exhale. Nice job, yogi. Slowly come up. You can slide the prop back if you want. Keeping the left leg offset where it is. Turn your left palm up and then slide it towards the foot. It doesn't have to touch the foot. And let's just slide back and forth a little bit here. Open the chest towards the front. So try not to fold forward. Try not to open up too much up towards the ceiling. Just keep this chest nice and open to the front. And then let's do one more time. Let's do one more slide. Just stay right here. Lift your opposite arm, which could be your right arm. And then you can rest the elbow on your head. You can put the hand behind the head as well. Or you can just relax the hand down. What matters is we're opening the chest, feeling a lengthening on the opposite side, that right side. If dropping your ear towards that left shoulder feels good to you, do it. Otherwise, do the best you can to not add any strain to the neck. Just one more breath here. Inhale. And then exhale, slowly come right back up. That was a doozy, right? That whole thing. Keeping your right leg bent. Let the hands help your left foot in so that now that your left knee is pointing towards the ceiling, your entire left foot is now kind of in front of you. Place your left arm inside that left leg, and you can even cup the ankle or just nudge your thigh away from you. Now your left fingertips can be on the mat, and your right hand can be on your lower back or behind you. And now we're going to revisit our twist over to this right side. It does feel a little bit different with one leg bent. Inhale here. Exhale as well. Last time, just like that. Inhale. And then exhale. Beautiful. Slowly come to center. Try not to change the legs. Just hug that left leg in with your right arm or your opposite arm. I kind of like this grip where the fingers clasp each other, one at the bottom, one at the top. But if you have another grip and that feels good to you, please do so. Sit nice and tall first. And then take the time to really find a deeper twist, almost like inch by inch, just to make this a journey. Hug that leg in any amount. Again, how I look has nothing to do with your practice. What matters to me is how you feel. Just twist to the left and you're good. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice job. Release. We're going to do all that on the other side. So again, I'm mirroring you. Bend your left leg, lengthen your right leg out to the side. So you want to be offset. Make any adjustments with your prop, with your cushion. Again, I'm just going to show a prop underneath my knees just to, I really want to sell this to you guys. Using a prop underneath the legs still gives you some hamstring sensation, and it doesn't mean that you're using it as a clutch, right? It just makes it more accessible, and you can just enjoy. All right. Make sure the other prop is close to you. Let's turn the upper body towards the long leg. In this case, it might be your right leg. And if you're not mirroring me, that's cool. Listen to your body. Fingertips can be on the mat or your palm. Inhale, take the time to lengthen the spine. And as you exhale with a long spine, find your fold here. And this is your first fold here, right? So if you're not going deep, then that's totally cool. We're not trying to achieve big accomplishments here or trying to have big expectations. Really, just breathe and fold. Notice the change that happens with every exhale. And if your lower back or your side body or your chest allows you to move your hands a little bit closer towards the foot, because it just feels a little bit more open with every breath, then do that, as long as you retain that long spine. Another thing you need to retain is also your patience. That's probably the hardest one. At least for me it is. Breathing in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Last time through. Nice job, yogi. Slowly walk your hands back. You can grab your block or you can put your hands down. But again, we will now be in our 10 o'clock, maybe. Not your 12, but somewhere in between the foot and 12 o'clock. You can place your palms down. Again, inhale to lengthen the spine, taking that time. And exhale, no shortcuts. Find your fold. this idea of having to do these hard, complicated poses to achieve this sort of sense of this big yoga that happens inside the body is just completely false. Even the simplest of shapes and all that really do help us in ways that may be small but have big effects on us. And these shapes that may look simple might actually bring a lot of the bliss that maybe may be lacking in our day-to-day lives. And all we need to do is just sit and do something, stand and do something, be in our bellies and do something. And that's all the body needs. And that's just the magic of yoga. When you're done with your last exhale, walk your hands back. And now we're going to get to the 12 o'clock. Again, you can always use a block. You can always just put your palms down. Inhale, lengthen spine, please. And patiently find your fold. As long as you're still in your sit bones and you haven't floated up, you are solid gold. How is your breathing? If there is something else that's trying to distract you away from your practice, let your breath overpower that. Last breath right here. Inhale. And then exhale. Beautiful. Come to center. You can grab your block again and set it aside. Turn your right palm up and slide the palm towards your right foot. And it doesn't have to touch it if it can't. It's just sliding up and down. Later on, we're going to get into that lateral bend stretch, the side bend stretch. So now we're just kind of moving, mobilizing at that waistline. And then one final time, reach towards the foot. Once you're there, open the chest to the front. Inhale, reach the other up and over. You can just rest the inside of the elbow on your head, hand behind the head, or just rest it down. If getting that ear close to your shoulder, it feels good to your neck, then do so. Otherwise, let's just focus on opening up the neck and do the best you can to not add any strain on your neck. Inhale here. Exhale it out. One more time, inhale. And exhale. This pose just makes me smile. Slowly come to center. Let's get in our shoulders, shall we? If you have a prop underneath your knees, please feel free to remove that. I'm actually going to show this on the side, but I will put my two blocks right next to each other and position myself this way so that you can see me. We have a little bit of progression here, and just because I use the word progress doesn't mean you have to get there. These are options. These are basically recommendations and suggestions. Interlace your fingers behind you, and this might be your natural grip or your comfortable grip. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other first. Lengthen the arms best you can. And while opening the chest, send your ribs in, just sort of containing that fire. Look ahead of you and just relax your neck, relax your head. Focus on what's happening in the chest and the shoulder blades behind you. Inhale here. Exhale, one more breath. I hope you're just seated comfortably, cross-legged, if that's accessible. Again, place blocks outside the legs if that makes this more comfortable. And slowly release those arms. So for the next one, I'm going to lean towards the blocks, and I'm going to place my hands on top of the blocks with my fingers pointing away from me towards the wall behind me. And so you can sort of grip the sides of the block if that is comfortable to you. If you have no blocks, try this on the floor, on the mat, with your palms. And then open up the shoulders and see how that feels. Without dumping anywhere, not your elbows, not your wrists. See if you can lift your heart a little bit and then zip your belly in. And you can really feel this in the chest, especially in the corners of the chest and your shoulder blades. If this is not comfortable to you, right? Because you don't want to weight bear in your hands, get those blocks closer and then rest your elbows towards your blocks. You can just let the hands hang. Same thing, open the chest, zip up your belly. Just look forward. You don't even have to look up and find this nice chest opener. If you don't want to use the blocks and you just want to put your elbows down towards the mat, then do that. In fact, I'm going to show that. Stay where you are. If you're really comfortable, then you would be right here. You can look up and behind you if that feels good to your neck, and if you know you can stay there for about 3 breaths. Otherwise, just stay right here. Heart is lifted a little bit. Zip up your belly. Breathing in and out. And then exhale. Beautiful. To get out of this, slowly come back to center. And breathe. Nice job. Now I'm going to face you again because we do have to twist on that other side. So keep your left leg bent, this time bringing your right foot in. And so this right knee is pointing towards the ceiling, right? Place your right arm inside the leg. You can cup it with your ankles, or you can just let the arm sort of rest inside and nudge the thigh away. Left hand will be behind you or your lower back. And then inhale, slowly twist towards your left side. As you're breathing in and out, notice any changes that's happening in the body. Perhaps also your mind, any weight that you were feeling there in your emotion space, your heart. And perhaps you feel a little bit lighter with this practice. You're just kind of zoned in on the breath, and you just focus on the here and now, just the present moment. And whatever is taking your mind away from this, I guarantee you will still be there after your practice, so might as well focus on what's happening here. Slowly release. Hug that right leg in with your left arm, perhaps, or maybe just the hands are there. So do whatever you can. Again, I like the bottom and top grip like this. Maybe you don't. And so find a nice long spine. Sit up nice and tall. Get both sit bones down best you can, and then twist towards your right. Nice breaths. Soften the back of the neck. Inhale. And then exhale. Nice job, you guys. Slowly untwist. Now you can lean back a little bit with your hands as we do windshield wipers. Again, just be light on those fingers and those wrists. If you were doing this practice in order not to weight bear, just do the best you can to not put all the weight in those wrists. Take the time to separate the feet as much as you can as you do these windshield wipers, and these are not quick movements. Take the time to really get that inner knee in and kind of teeter-tottering between the outside edge of the foot and the inside edge of the foot as well. One more time on each side. And then come to center. Sit up nice and tall, and then best you can send your heels towards you. You can close your knees in if that's more comfortable and give yourself a nice hug. So make any adjustments with your cushion if you want. Hug yourself and then slowly just tuck your chin towards your chest. And you're just curling up into a ball. Stay here. Be here. And just embrace this moment. And if there are any heavy thoughts that are in your head, just look at them like clouds and then let them pass by. No big expectations here, no big movements. Just be here. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And then slowly release. Lengthen both legs and just give yourself a nice self massage, perhaps kneading the bottom of the leg, the hamstrings, the calves. If you can reach towards the foot, do that. You can even bend one leg, sort of give yourself a nice massage. And then keeping the legs sort of open, also give your lower back a massage. Maybe the muscles in the chest. I am a big fan of self-soothing, self-caring, self-massaging, self-kneading. Perhaps the sides of the neck, the back of your neck. Maybe even the belly. And then come into a nice, comfortable seat. Again, if you like the legs crossed, do that. Or you can sit on top of your blocks and then you can clip it with your ankles, like hero pose. However a comfortable seat looks to you, then do that as well. And so we're going to end class here seated as well. Let's lift the arms up. Make a circle with your arms. Inhale. You can watch your palms connect at the top. And then exhale to heart center. About 2 more times, just like that. Open up the arms. Feel big. Sit in your power. Exhale, hands down. Last time through, just like that. Bigger circle. And with a smile, hands to heart center. Thumbs are touching your chest. Take a little bow towards your hands. You can repeat after me if you want, or you can just listen to my words. But this is my body. This is my breath. This is my being. And this is my business. And I will take care of it. Please take a deeper bow into yourself, your inner teacher, your inner voice. You always honor that thing inside of us that tells us to do yoga today. So just acknowledging that there is that inner voice. And we tend to let that win. We want to let that win sometimes. But take a nice deep bow and really with a smile, guys, from my heart to yours, namaste, 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 which means the light in me honors the light in you. Thank you so much for sharing your practice today. I hope you feel good. And until next time, take care and goodbye. Thanks.